Great. We just got out of an ice bath not too long ago.
That was something, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. How long did you stay for? Like, I mean, we stayed for quite a while. I feel really relaxed and chill now. Yeah.
Dude, totally. It was about 1 minute, 2 minutes in, and I felt that the relaxation come in. That thing that now I've learned to crave. Like, if you had told me that I would crave the cold, I wouldn't have believed it, but here we are.
Yeah. I mean, I was like here, it was like a good like 10 minutes. I mean, 10 days, 9 days, I didn't do an ice bath, and I just feel like good, just feel like your finger, not cold, you know what I mean, but a little sore, and I feel like
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have the best night ever. I'm not gonna lie right now, George. I'm thinking about my sleep right now.
That's right. Dude, totally. I know.
For
Sometimes
sure.
people say that the after doing ice bath, like it really helps them be able to relax and sleep,
Oh yeah.
have a deep sleep.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing another recording of this because when I want to what I'm focusing on in the recordings that I'm doing where I'm interviewing people about the cold, because there's a lot of stuff out there, there's a lot of science. That's not my expertise.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I know a little bit, but more about the mindset. So yeah, I understand.
Totally. But so what I like doing is I like to hear your story about ice, your story, what it feels like, the kind of revelations that you have. What's your experience like, as you're describing the sensations in your fingers? And when we were talking the other day, as I was thinking about what it must be like for you to have been in for 4 hours, 4 hours and 5 minutes. And I just want you to just share about that. Just share about like what it was like going into that space. Refer back to any other times in your life that you want to, that kind of thing. But just like take us through, like you're talking to a bunch of people and who are like, because I'm like this, like 4 hours and 5 minutes. Like, dude, in the way that I think about that at first is like you it's like you died.
Well, you die after literally if you know you see on the Titanic, for example, when people fell in Titanic, literally like people fell in the ocean in like after 15 minutes, it was sea of cadavers. Because obviously if you go into the water and you panic things, then you're gonna move around energy, and of course the elements are stronger than you. Yeah. But as well, there's a guy in Titanic actually who survived. Like he stayed in that water for like close to 5 hours. Yeah. So I don't have. I mean, sure I have a world record, but
All right.
yeah, you know,
Oh,
and he survived. And he used
holy
yeah, they
shit.
almost chopped his hand off and feet, but he recovered with his mind. You know what I mean? And what I'm talking about is because this kind of that's that's what I did. Like I tap into the mindset really help you to go into that survival mode. You will fight until your last breath, and especially for a good cause in mind. You know what I mean? Something higher than yourself. You will, you know, you will, you will go for it. Of course, the body's suffering. When I was in the ice, I was a bit of a, it was a bit hard. After a while, it was like I couldn't stand because you have a bit of a cavity between your skin at times, and the ice cubes, because it's like it's like a mold, right? You have the ice cubes going to be like a mold around you, but after time I was so tired and put my legs fully pressed in and get the ice cube after freaking 3 hours. I'm like, it's okay, dude. No, it was really, yeah.
Dude, I had not thought about that. Now, there was a little Instagram thing going around for a bit that was like, do you think if everybody who was in the waters at the Titanic just knew the Wim Hof method, would they have made it? And it
Well,
sounds like maybe, I mean, one person made it.
yeah, one person made it because it's even what Wim Hof says, right? Like tap into your inside. Of course, it's pretty, like when we did the ice bath earlier there, people like, wow, wow. But it's like everything in life, it's practice. We have that inside us that that capability, that capability, that ability to do amazing things. Like Wim Hof was saying, I don't remember about something, but we have some kind of protein called chaperone or something. Sorry if I missay the words, but back in the days, all of us, like like you see, like Vikings or people in Nordic and Scandinavia, or I don't know, people go out, like we had that activated more.
Okay.
But right now, because of comfort,
Okay.
comfort slowly kills us. Let's be obvious. That's why we become weak. Of
Yeah.
course, back in the days, you had people who died because of war. I think it was pretty crucial. But now it's like I'm sure you heard about that. Like it's like a no metaphor, but the anecdote where you put a frog in warm water, lukewarm water, and you turn up the stove,
Yeah.
and and after you killed it, that's what's happening right now with society. I'm not being cruel or harsh, but that's reality. You know, that's
Dude,
yeah, that's just that's that. Yeah, that's yeah.
so this was in a book, Last Hours of Ancient Sunlight. One of the an author I really like, Tom Hartman,
Mm-hmm.
who's an advocate for ADHD, which I'm happy about because I'm pretty sure I'm ADHD.
You know what? I think as well. I never got diagnosed for it, but
You're like,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, you totally strike me as an ADHD guy.
yeah.
You're like on the beach, like doing push-ups, making sounds, like jumping in the water. You're doing all this stuff like that's
Yes.
just like you're like a warrior
Oh
in this landscape. So
yeah.
totally. And that's like and what he's saying is like, look, there's different kinds of people, and he calls it the hunter-gatherer gene. So we're very good at getting focused on something, but then if something more attractive comes along, we're like, whoa, now we need, and it's a skill. It's actually something that can be very beneficial. So he was talking about that, but one of the stories they shared was about drugging people with like, you know, antidepressants and stuff.
That's yeah. That's
And
freaking
they did this thing with chimpanzees where the scientists were like, oh, what happens if we give chimpanzees antidepressants? Because they found that there was always a few of the chimpanzees, oftentimes teenager ones, who would be on the outskirts of the tribe. So, all the chimps would be in here, and then there'd be a few out there, and they would be up late, and they just kind of seemed restless and like, so they're like kind of antisocial. So, like, oh, let's give them antidepressants and see what happens. Within 2 weeks, the whole tribe is dead. Turns out that they're the ones carrying the anxiety of the group and aware of the predators, aware of danger coming in. And so it's like their antisocial behavior. Actually, there's a purpose to it. There's a reason for that. And so, you know, we're, human beings and chimps. I mean, whether maybe you believe we came from them or maybe not or whatever,
it doesn't matter. Yeah,
but the point of like, should we really be giving, and I get sometimes it's probably you need to, but I think to be able to take that suppression that happens because it's what it's
yeah,
numbing me
yeah,
out.
yeah. That's the things. I mean, of course, no disrespect to people who does that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But as well, I believe that we need to be more aware of this. I mean, and we need to spread a message more because believe me, the pharmaceutical industry, they don't like what we're doing
Yeah.
because this is natural dopamine, like natural dopamine and like endorphin and more hormones. And myself, like I said, if I didn't do the ice bath, it helps me to fight with depression. Like I don't gonna lie, yesterday I was in pretty dark place. And you know what? I'm okay. I'm not here. Hey, hi, social and stuff because that's all freaking bull crap anyway. That's a lie. That's fake. And right now we're getting to a point in the society where I see that in people's eyes when I walk. We're getting to the edge of a cliff. And it's okay to and this ice bath really helps me to ice bath breathing and breathwork meditation, it really helps me to right now when I feel like because I feel it's like a wave of I'm in a dark place. I'm really dark. I'm like this. And I'm also adding all the stuff that I'm doing, trying to make also a living for my daughter, for myself, and things. So it's a lot of pressure out, a lot of pressure. And I know that some higher, like my God over there, is helping me and things. But still, I'm still human being and still
Yeah.
expend pressure and stress. But I really feel like that ice bath helps me to. I know when the wave is, and I feel really, 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 really like low. But I'm only will pay. I know that it will pass, and it passes. And ice bath, you it really helped me because I know we're talking about the ice bath, but going back to 2021, after I came here from Chicago, things didn't work out here, and I went back to Europe, and I thought like it was like I'm going back to start from scratch again. I'm like, son of a gun. I'm like freaking 35, and it was hard. And I don't know. I don't gonna lie, man. I really put a lot of things into the ice bath. Of course, what I did was a bit too extreme, because let's be obvious. I mean, being an hour in like that like crushed thing, like fisherman ice, and I used to add like really put like 80, maybe like 120 pound at once 100 or 140 pound at once. Then you put water, then you put what, and you put like coarse salt. It's gonna drop the temperature, and on the top there was like below. I mean, it was like probably 29 degrees Fahrenheit,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
underneath
Yeah.
where there was
Yeah.
water was like it was only like 34. I mean, 34 to 30 to 38.
Yeah.
So those things really helped me to fight it. I felt like something inside me, a bit of hope get me to kept on going I talk a lot right now like this, but as well, also with the subconscious mind, something in my subconscious mind made me to keep on going for it. I don't know if I'm going all cuckoo but I don't care what people think. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sharing my experience, but it's really that things, that little mind inside my mind, something inside my conscious mind, the subconscious mind, my subconscious mind remind my mind somehow, somewhere that keep on going, keep doing with the ice bath. And I made it through because I don't know if I will still be here. It's still really dark at times. I still have like some dark thoughts, depressions, and even sometimes I'm sorry to say, but I'm thinking about yeah, I don't, you know what? I'm thinking about jumping off a cliff or a bridge or something, but there's something out there, and those when these emotions comes, it's okay to feel it. I cannot be, oh, don't think like this, don't think like it, because that's insane, that's nuts.
Because that's how you're thinking.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
and they will pass.
that what you said about that, like when I remember when the war started in the attacks in Israel and then the war in Gaza and
Yeah,
that whole thing happened and
it's cool
it's
thing.
so sad.
Of course it is. It's
And I
it's
go
it's
into the water. I remember I went in and I just cried for like 30 minutes. I was just so sad while I was like in the water. It's like I don't know that that does anything for the world,
it does.
but it does a little bit for me. And I'm able to go through the day. When a friend of mine passed, I just so heartbroken. And I go into the water. And in those times, yeah, I totally cry.
Yeah,
I cry and it's like, oh, it's okay that I'm crying.
it's
This is
okay.
fine.
Of course it
It's
is.
like, like of course, like why wouldn't I? Why
Yeah,
wouldn't I be upset?
yeah, because I mean, you see, like the world, like it's appearance, a lot of appearance from the without, the within. No, it's from the within to the without. Like that's what we need to understand. And right now, and I think more people are aware of that, and we need to keep on going. We need to keep on going, and yeah, I mean that's what I said. Like the ice bath, it's yeah, it's good.
Right on. I just want to check one thing on check the audio. Do you know how to check the audio on Zoom? Just to see where it's come from. I just want to make sure it says Scarlet. You go to the little audio thing and click the arrow next to it.
Mm.
And do you see when you click up, does it say Scarlet? Good, good. Okay. Just checking. You could leave that up actually and just make sure that that's always connected because I can't see the lights on this side because they're facing you. And that's the good quality audio there. Um, Cool. And it's not on that you didn't hit the mute button when you touched it. Perfect. Cool, cool. So, all right. So the listeners are going to want to know more about your experience in the ice that time that you did that. I mean, listeners and me
For
included.
sure, of course.
Me included.
For
Who am
me
I
as well,
kidding?
because I have to put it more from what's happening in this into the like the tangible world, I'll say.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 I like that. You're so yeah. Share a little bit with me about that, about what that was like as you are going for it. So you're intending to get the world record. You're setting yourself up. You've done extreme things before. I know you talked before about doing a whole bunch of push-ups at a young age. And so you got, you get very into your body. So you're intending to do this. So just share with me about how what that experience was like as you're going into spending 4 hours and 5 minutes in
When I
ice.
first started a little bit before, I mean, it started in the day. I knew that the world record was going to come, like in the morning in Canada, or and in Canada, and also like in New England, you have a place called Tim Hortons, so I load up a lot on carbs and things. I stopped drinking 2 hours before, and I stopped eating an hour and a half before. But
That's it?
yeah, yeah,
Only an hour and a half before?
yeah. Because I mean, you just charge. You just wanted to make sure my glucose level and my glycogen in my blood, right,
Okay.
was gonna be high, because I was gonna burn a lot of calories, also for the mind to focus as well, huh? Because
Okay.
like a brain needs like needs a lot of glucose to focus and to function. So then after, when I was just go to the ice, people were looking at me. I was like, no, we get that's it. I've been training for over 3 years right now for my daughter, for everyone in autism, and also for yeah, to somehow, some way, like you were saying, when you cry because that's unfortunate what's happening in the Middle East of wars and stuff. And for me at that present moment, I'm like, you need to do this. This is your purpose on life. This is your goal. And I did it. Maybe I was like, well, maybe I'm not gonna make it out alive out of this box. Like maybe that's it. Maybe that's my time. But I was okay with that. I was at peace. I wasn't like worried. Oh my gosh, I was like, I don't know what's gonna be fine, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But yeah, I went there, then go to the ice. I'm here in the box, and they test me before the ice, before when I was in the paramedic in the ambulance, and they checked me with my heart, put me like a lot of electrode and patches and stuff, wire to check my heart rate. I was like, that was a bit. This I would say was a bit intimidating. I've been intimidating. I'm like, well, what the heck am I about to do? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's it. There's no more because we postponed the world record quite a lot, and I was like, well, there's no more tomorrow, and we're gonna do it in 2 months. Nah, dude, you're gonna do it today, right now. The next hour, you're gonna be in the next 20 minutes. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. So you just have to, just accept it. I just accepted it. Of course, the fear was there, and I was like, let's go to war. Like you see those guys, those MMA fighters, or they go into the cage, you just switch, like, you know. And also thought about all the things that I did before, like running on top of a mountain at 10,000 feet in France or in Switzerland, wearing barefoot 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it's been like probably like 5 degrees Fahrenheit there, really cold. And yeah, and I thought as well, like when I was swimming the ice on the 1 meter, in one on the 3 feet of ice in Canada at nighttime. That's a scary place. And was some light, but so all those things, like, they just like, I use them as pre-workout. Push my daughter, push my father who swam from Cameroon. I mean, swam from like when he swam in his journey to migrate to France, he swam for like 12 hours and stay laying down in life raft for like 8 days, if and after 3 days, no more cookies, only water. You go out of the body, couldn't even speak. But anyway, all those experience. So thinking about my dad who worked hard and kept on going, and as well thinking about some yeah, the pioneers of a lot of pioneers of Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So pioneers, other pioneers who went from east to out west, who put their life to jeopardy. You know,
Yeah.
I thought a lot when I ran across Wyoming in
Yeah.
2020, winter in February 2020. So those times I went across from France to Africa at one point in southern Spain. Is a lot of immigrants who try to swim from like northern Africa to France to Spain, right, on life raft, no swimming, but sometimes they sink, and sometimes you hear on the news 40, 40, no, 40, like 40, 50 people died, drowned,
Yeah.
dead babies floating, So all those things, I'm like, brother, right now, you know what's up, you know what you did. Now it's time to go to work. And I know that my father is in the spiritual world right over there, with Jesus, and my ancestors and good people out there, and I'm gonna have angels watching over me. And I'm like, let's go to war. Let's go to war for the good cause. I put my stuff here. I like a lot of movies like Terminator. I put like at the beginning the soundtrack of Terminator as well as the music of my cousin. But what I like Terminator 2, because it's a movie, but there's reason behind, Well, AI right now is kind of pretty spooky because what's happening with AI and Skynet. I mean, that's another subject. But what I mean, like you see that Terminator, the moral, the moral, like you see in the story, the T-1000, the
Yeah.
things, you go against him, he's stronger than him, he melts, he's making liquid steel, so stronger than him. But the things about that Terminator, he has a, he has a mission in his head. He has a mission. He has to fulfill no matter what. He has to protect, like John Connor and also Sarah Connor. So he's there in the second one, not in the first one. But he goes there, and yeah, and you see that guy keeps on going. They shoot him, they explode him. But he reunite himself the T-1000, and even at one point, one day in the steel mill, toward the end of the movie, he literally killed him. Of course, it's a movie, right?
Yeah.
And he takes this big crowbar, and the Terminator is just finished. But you see, he come back to life, and just all busted up and everything, and they just eliminate and find the weakness point of that T-1000 and just threw him in burn. I mean, like a liquefied steel and stuff, lava. So yeah, so I'm telling you about this because for me, when I was training, I'm thinking about listening to those music. They put me into a state, to a trance that now it's time to go to war, and so all those stuff right now, I'm and I'm like, let's go for it. This is my time to do a good cause. It's still my time to contribute to the world in a way, to that for the kids, who are who suffering, and let's go.
On that point, I'm just gonna tag this again to do a thing where it's like every minute that you're in, that you're raising like another $1,000
Sure.
per minute.
Well,
That would be
yeah,
so
I'll get
fun.
back to winter in Chicago for sure, and
Hell yeah.
we'll do that. That's important. So yeah, so I went to the box, and it's funny too because you're in your own world. You're in front of like a lot of people. There were hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
I was at the Calgary Marathon, so the expo, so the weekend when people pick up their bibs.
Pick up there.
They're like the bibs. Like the things when you run for. It's like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I
I
mean?
got you. The numbers or
Yeah, the
whatever.
numbers and the signs. So a lot of people there. I'm like, okay. And then I go into the box and I still have a bit of wire connected to check my heart rate, and they put something
Hmm.
also to check my carbon dioxide level and things. And that's it. And after they close. And I'm like, oh, I'm in my wall. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll see you guys in 4 hours. So I didn't really think about the 4 hours right now, the 4 hours, and I go there and they pour all the ice, and I feel the ice up to my calves, up to my knees, to mid thighs, to my hips, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, all right, and tick, the timer starts, and it started, and I'm like, okay, and I go into that mode, with my face like there's no expression. I go into like a machine.
Yeah, I've seen some of the video
Yeah,
and like
you see.
you're so clearly just in the freaking zone.
Yeah, I'm like this, and I just there, and I was a bit of worried before because intimidated by the people and everything, because people
Yeah.
around. But I was like, no, it's a mission. I knew that I was protected. I did a lot of fasting before, a lot of praying, a lot of breathing. I did so much meditation. Like, I mean, you can always do more, of course, right? But I did a lot of meditation and consciously doing the breathing and visual my pineal gland. I mean, visual my third eye and the chakra, and raise my body, raise my hand temperature, raise my arms and things, and also my toes. And yeah, and I go and every minute by minutes, I felt the cold. So the cold was interesting. I remember that after a while, for probably like 10, 15 minutes, I feel a bit not no anxious, but I'd be like the adrenaline. Also, I felt like the adrenaline in my body is just like skyrocket.
Yeah.
Because that's it. There's no more test now.
Yep.
Today's the day. Today's, it's do it or it's do or die actually, but do it or do it. Then I kept on going. Then bang, then close to like then literally close to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, the sky is getting dark, 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 dark. And
What time of day is it?
it was like probably, yeah, was there at 1:15, right? Was there at
Okay.
1?
Okay. So
So
you got a
by
storm.
yeah, coming, I'm like, and it start raining, it start things, and the hardcore lightning strike, and even after a point, I'm the only person. I think a lot of people saw it, but I know it. And the sky in front of me got already dark, and I saw two lightning strikes, left, right. Seriously, I know what I saw. I'm not crazy, like, and of course I'm a little crazy, but you know, I know what I saw,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay. And I'm like, now the war record gonna start. It's like welcoming into like Gladiator.
Yes. Yes. The
I,
power of Zeus.
I salute you. No, you know. So I'm there, and I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm into this freaking ice box. I'm gonna fight till like my last breath for the worthy cause, for my daughter, for people with autism, for my dad who passed away, for my mother, for the human race, dang it, you know what I mean? Yeah, so kept on going. Then after past 30 minutes, like the storm really got bad actually.
Yeah.
And the lady from the director over there, she came and she was like, oh, I don't know if you might have to stop because the lightning strike was really the storm was getting closer, and you change like rain left and right, and even the temperature drop of like a good 10 degrees.
Uh-huh.
So me, I was in the ice, so it doesn't matter. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But like she came talk to my team, and it was like, oh, ask him if we might have to stop or whatever. Ask him if he wants to stop. There's a storm. One of the team member came to me, and it was like, uh, actually it's Wesley, the guy I'm gonna do the war record with. Well, we're gonna run to Edmonton. He asked me, do you wanna stop? He knew it, but he kind of asked me in a laughing way because I wasn't like he's not stopping. He's like, you wanna stop? I'm like, of course not. And I'm like, I'm
No,
like,
I saw the two lightning bolts. Give me their blessing.
yeah,
I'm on this.
yes. I mean, so yes. So it was definitely and then I felt the vibe around got high. It got like low. People got a little worried, like the team and stuff. Not my team, but organized. And after
Also, you could feel that while
yeah,
you were,
I feel the tension a bit. You feel like the vibe just
dude. So that's one of the things in ice water. I notice that kind of thing differently. I notice people's energy in a
yeah,
different kind of
of
way.
course.
So cool, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you.
Keep
Oh,
going. But I know
well,
like
thank you very much because you make me activate all the things when you say that.
yeah.
So literally, I felt like the ice, then everything was really getting like low, and I feel, and I'm really since I do the ice bath, I'm more sensitive now. So anyway, past literally past that first big storm, then after it started raining, and I'm like, and see the rain, and they put a tarp even over my head, and then umbrella. It was pretty intense. Then after a while, I mean, another 15 minutes to 45 minutes, I don't remember exactly, but the security came security police or security of the thing is like, well, the storm's getting really close now. And I was like, yeah, could have shut the attempt. And actually a friend of mine was there and said a prayer, and the vibe, things will go better. Things got better. So prayer, he prayed literally, and things got better. And then after an hour passed, and one after the first storm, there was more stormy, but those big like lightning strikes were for me the welcome. So I feel like could be like things or try to scare me on anything. And me, I was like, nah, So I was like, no, this is let's see what I'm really made of.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm a tough guy or whatever, because nobody, but let's see. And sure, I'm tough. What the
No,
heck,
yeah,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
totally.
But let's see what's really
But
inside,
yes, and this is part of your story. I mean, part of who you are is testing your body,
Mm-hmm.
finding a huge amount of meaning to it.
Mm-hmm.
And what a blessing, what a gift that you've been able to connect that to raising money for worthy causes, things that you care about.
Yeah.
And you've got the inspiration of your daughter, and so there's a way that's really, I like that you're owning that, because I think that's part of who you are, that's
Yeah.
part of like the gift that you are
Yeah. The
in this
gift that I
world. So
received, the talent. So what the heck?
yeah, do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it.
Then afterward, like the vibe went fine. And after, like, I still felt the ice a bit cold. I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'm already in the ice, so I saw people wave at me like, hey, hi, or like this, and I'm like, I just don't smile, and I'm just sometimes smile a bit. I was in my zone. Not that I don't like them, whatever, but I gotta no. This
Yeah,
is this is what's going on. This is serious business.
yeah, you got to tap yourself
Yeah, I
as
have
deep
to.
as you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, because it's all that's how I'm gonna stay alive, right? But yeah, then after where I felt like I entered some kind of state, and I was really, yeah, I was there, and
Did you notice anything about your heart? Did your heart slow down?
yeah, well, a bit, I felt really, my entire being became cold. Like, yeah, no kidding, but I feel like the inside, like everything got down to a state that I cannot really explain, but I was pretty close to the mind and subconscious mind. People kind of, I was pretty close to the spirit world. The spirit world, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, dude,
don't
I
know.
was I
Yeah,
was for 30 to 35 minutes
yeah,
one time,
yeah,
and so I know what you're talking about, but you stayed in for another hour, 3.5 hours beyond that. That's why I'm so like intrigued and wanting to hear about what it was like for you, because I liked that. I liked the space that I got to in that space, and then you went for that much longer.
yeah. But you see what's interesting here, and you see we're all connected, because you say you entered to that, you were really close to that world, and I feel
Yeah,
like I was really close to death, to spirit world,
yeah,
not as in a bad thing,
yeah.
because of course there was money there. Of course, there was money there, and paramedic were there.
Uh-huh.
We're checking my temperature there and stuff, and had the carbon dioxide things, like to check my carbon dioxide level.
Yes, you're not being irresponsible
No, of
about it.
course not. And that's
Yeah,
what I said. I say it enough and again. If you do this, this is serious business.
yeah.
You can die doing this, so you got to make sure. No, it's serious here. So I kept on going. Then after, I just feel like like low state, and what's happening while you're into that state? Well, time ticking. Time goes in an hour. Then after, if like I was really close to the states, like my spirit almost was there, but I was really, yeah, I was in a to like a no sleep. You don't want to fall asleep in the ice. I mean, you can, I guess, or whatever.
I
But
don't know.
yeah,
I
well,
don't.
people. I mean,
You might die.
yeah. Then no, not. But anyway, then I kept on going. Then time went by, and after close to 2 hours, I'm like, it's cold a bit, but I'm there. And from that space, I don't really remember exactly how, but I really enter. I really enter a state where someone else of me is taking care of me. I keep on doing a lot of breathing. After a while, I mean, after the first hour, actually, I asked the paramedic to remove the things, because it was bothering me. I was like, man, just check with me. So once in a while, he was asking me questions to see my cognitive response, and I was still good. Asked me what city we are. I was like, Calgary, what day, 24th of May, blah blah blah. Things like this. Kept on going and time going, and after 3 hours, I'm like, dang, I've been in the ice for 3 hours. I'm like, okay, and yeah, so I'm in the ice for 3 hours. Kept on going. The cold is there. The cold is there, but accept it. I'm like, this is for a time. Afterward, you're gonna take a hot shower. You're gonna relax. You have a place to sleep. You're gonna eat good. It's okay. It made me really realize, be more grateful. So gratitude. We're not grateful enough. In this world. So gratitude is very important. So I was to be really, really, really grateful. And yeah, and it kept me on going. So all those emotions, all those mindset activity at times, and then afterwards, close to close to 3 hours and 40 minutes. And then all the pain, everything everything like came back, but like that a bit of like close to death.
Yeah.
Well, I was close to death, but in the spiritual way. Then physical, like now my physical body was getting
Okay.
like just like telling me it's
And what did that pain feel like?
everything like yeah, your life, like everything that is put into
Was it
like
like electrical? Was it like
well, I mean, I feel like literally like I feel like I start cramping on my thighs, feel on my hip flexors, my shoulders burning a bit, so that was pretty hard for this. Then afterwards, in close to 2 hours and 40 minutes, I came back and I was like, wow. Then afterwards, then I felt like, because I ice up to here, my neck, whatever. When you're that long, when you're in that for so long, that I feel like he has an impact on my eardrums, on my
yeah.
ears, and the ears, it's impairment, to have balance and things.
Yep. So your ice crystal, that there's like crystals in your ears.
It's not really no not really crystal, but like what I'm coming to. That's what I'm coming to because of this. Then I mean I suppose because of this. Then after 3 hours and 45 minutes, I felt my head going like this. I felt like my body was in a swing, going left and right. So my head, I was like woo, and I was like, and that feeling that I had it when I did my personal record being in ice water for 1 hour and 31 minutes. And when I was there, I was like, yeah, that's a sign that now it's I'm getting closer to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
after I told my team that you're gonna pull out the plug at we're only gonna beat the record by like a few minutes only. And I don't care if it's only a few minutes only, at least it's good. Then at 4 hours and 5 minutes, yeah. Something told me in my heart, because I talk a lot about the ego and and your heart. When I mean your heart, that listening to your heart, right? And my heart told me because before I listened to the ego and it cost me some big blisters, let's say, small frostbite, because you do, and literally my that like yeah, like my heart was there telling me my spirit, my consciousness, because that inside told me do not pass, don't only do it a few more minutes, but do not do more.
Okay.
You know, maybe if I do it again, I could do more, but I don't care. Like when he told me, do not do more. If you do more, then it's up to you. Then yeah, yeah,
That right there, though, I mean, for you, because we're so disconnected from our bodies in a lot of
of
ways. We
course.
get like we know that we have these brains and we kind of walk around and don't tap the wisdom of our body in all kinds of ways. So there's, you do the breath work, body work, all kinds of stuff. There's people are interested in that. We know how important it is. The book by C.M. Belloc, How the Body Knows Its Mind, how important it is. It's like if I've got a bummed knee, that actually affects my brain and how I think. So what I really like about what you're saying is that it's like you were at this space where your body and your mind are one and the same,
Yeah,
and it's like just this
connections.
the open line of communication
Yeah,
is just
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
And that right there, I mean, that's a beautiful freaking thing to have that kind of an experience. That, like, I mean, there's probably people that will never have that kind of experience, and that is so profound. I mean, I when we were talking about touching that spiritual place or the death place, like, I've had that where my mind and my body were like kind of
Really,
getting closer. And so just the way you're describing it, I'm like, dude, like, I mean, it's like you were in another universe, I
yeah. Oh
imagine,
yeah,
with
oh yeah,
like
oh yeah, for sure.
how your experience
Yeah,
was.
for sure. And that's why after a while, that's like I said, I went too deep, really deep. But after I went so deep that it's it like the side effect, the second, yeah, side effect told me only do the record of few minutes only more.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's fine. Of
Yeah, yeah,
course it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
dude, but that your body is communicating to you
yeah,
that clearly.
yeah,
I remember when Wim Hof said something like, "Oh, my toe told me. I was like, what do you mean your toe told you? That was before I started doing this. I was like, what do you mean your toe told
Yeah,
you?
do not go to,
But
yeah.
but but that, like, now it's like your body told you. It said, hey, it's time for you to stop. You got a few more minutes, and then it's time for you to stop. Like, that's so cool. Like, how much I want me and everybody to be able to listen to their body in that kind of way. Is it's in that case, it's about freaking life and death and like ice. But like, just in terms of, talking to people, making choices about what I'm going to do, people working on their careers, talking to their team, their bosses and stuff, and to be able to like get tap that inner wisdom from their body and just kind of have that instead of like so much procrastination. I'm a coach, so I know that I'll say everybody I work with, one of the major issues is
Oh, yeah, I'll
procrastination,
do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it's like it's like they're trying to I'll tell they I do the same shit, so it's like, oh, should I do this, should I not, should I, and it's like once the body just kind of knows, then it's like, oh, okay, there I am. So just for you, describing that and having such a clear example of your mind and your body being so open with each other, it just that I freaking love. Like, I love hearing this,
Thank
man.
you,
I
brother. That's
freaking
good.
love hearing this.
Yeah, that's good. And I feel like it helps me in everyday's life. Or let's say I'm gonna walk somewhere or things when I see someone, you sense the vibes.
Yeah.
You sense the vibe, and yeah, once you sense the vibe, but sometimes you're wrong, and sometimes when I sense the vibe, or before I used to put everybody, somebody in the people, a group of people in the same bag, but I'm like, no, you cannot do that. Like, and I'll try to put myself. That connection helped me to put myself in other people's shoe.
Yeah.
You know, of course, like always gonna make mistake and be wrong, but just know a bit. You know, yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing to. Yes, it is a beautiful thing to be aware, and it's good that like we're doing this podcast right now, talking right now, because thank you so much, because it helps me as well to realize that, and I need to realize that to myself more.
Mm. Wait, say that again. Say what you need to realize
I
more.
need to realize more that like I need to realize more, and realize that more. I mean, I need to realize that more consciously, remember myself consciously of the gift. I mean, of the gift of the close connection to body and mind that I have, to
Yeah.
use it in everyday's life, and also especially to share it with people.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing too with the coaching that I do as well with clients,
Yeah.
that to help them, yeah, come
Yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah. That's right. You've helped athletes
Hmm.
go further than they thought they could go
Yeah.
by way of some of the techniques that you've discovered.
Hmm.
That's so beautiful. What a like fantastic thing. There's something in us, in people, where we want to. I mean, we're explorers. So like, you explore your body in ice to see what that's like, because we think about that, like, we go to outer space, we go to the moon, there's all that stuff out there. But I'm like, man, we have so much
Yeah,
here.
what the heck, you're gonna go over there? There's a reason why there's a reason why there's no don't, yeah, but that's, yeah, yeah.
It's like, because you're exploring the ice. You're exploring that in this kind of inner, deeper way that's just so beautiful. So I know we probably, could be wrapping up, but is there anything more that you're really like is on your heart you want to share about in terms of, I mean,
Well,
anything, man.
yeah, I want to share, because myself right now, I discovered that all of us since our childhood or whatever, we all have traumas,
Uh-huh.
but accept you how you are. Don't not beat yourself too much about it. And yeah, like I think, I mean, I never took medication for depression, stuff like that, and I'm not here to say I'll never take it, or people who take it, but definitely the ice bath. I mean, sure, the ice bath is good. You can help you with that, but just accept with yourself that accept you all you are. Of course, as well, do some efforts. You know what I mean? Because it's how I am. There's nothing I can do. Accept all you are, but do effort to
Wow.
to be a better person. And yeah, that's it.
Dude, ac- accept who you are as a person and put in effort.
Yeah, put in
So,
effort.
okay, so it's like, um, if I say I'm a gift, I'm valuable, and then I do action, then that gets results. That's creative. That
Yeah, and
makes
it
stuff
helps
happen.
because you're putting to the universe, you're putting to the tangible and intangible world, you know. You're putting you things so you don't just, oh my gosh, yesterday I was pretty mad, you know. I mean, I don't like to swear because I try to be good church boy. What does that mean? That doesn't mean, but I try to have good connection with Jesus Christ. And yesterday I said some swear words, and today, and my friend was there. He listened to me. Thank you very much to my friend Addison. And he listened to me, and yeah, it was there. It was like close to 1, 2 in the morning. He took his time. He sat down, and like we talk, and he just talked to me. He just talk his heart, and I talk my heart, and I mean that's what friends are for, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm really grateful for that. Thank you to Addison, and yeah, and just what I'm sharing this, guys and ladies and gentlemen, because it's to see that it's really okay how you are. It's okay how you are. It's to put the bar too high. That's too much. You're gonna like it's sorry.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the brain's gonna glitching. No, no glitching here. But it's okay how you are, but do efforts. Do effort. It's okay you are, but do effort to be a better person, right? Through so it's okay you are. Do your best as as a person to do efforts to serve people, to serve you people around you. I don't want to go too much up because people are being bit confused through a gift, through your talents, through whatever it is. Like me, I like to do extreme athlete stuff. I mean, extreme like running. I ran across America, I ran from Europe to Africa. Ice buffalo record. We're gonna do with a friend now. Another like we're gonna run in -30. Whatever your gift is, whatever your gift is, you can be writing, you can be talking in front of I don't know, public speaking. I'm still working on that. you know, whatever it is.
Dude, that's beautiful. And as you say that, I think it's important, like, because I'm kind of new to this world of like extreme sports
Yeah,
and
like
stuff that
you
you're
open doors.
doing.
Yeah.
You have to, you're also a salesman. You have to be, because you have to be getting support from people. You got
Yeah.
to be thinking creatively. You got to have a team that's like so it's not even just the extreme activity that you're
Oh no.
doing.
Yeah.
You do so much work behind the scenes. You do so much work that nobody
Yeah. No.
will
Yeah.
ever see.
Yeah.
And I just, that's something that I didn't really think about until recently. And as I've been talking a little bit more with you about, it's like it just, that whatever people see on Instagram and in that kind of way, it's like they'll probably never know how much effort goes into just like doing the crazy ass insane thing that you're doing.
Yeah, it requires a lot. I think it requires lots of mental work. So that's why yeah, that's why all those extreme stuff helps me to, and the adrenaline and the dopamine, endorphin, norepinephrine, whatever I get from it, helps me to keep on going, not to give up.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was like, man, I was like really like this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he helped me to give up. He helped me not to give up. What else? Something like a phrase to summarize it is like, do your best in this world through your talents, despite your imperfections. I repeat it again. Do your best, like do good, do your best, do good, contribute in this world in a positive manner through your gift that you have been blessed with, despite your imperfection. That's what I have to say.
That's beautiful.
That's what I mean.
That's totally doable.
Chase
And
worthy
I
cause. That's
can
what
do
does that
that.
mean? Yeah, that's it.
Dude, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Well, cool. I think we're there,
We're good. We're
but
good. We're good.
I just I think this is great. I'm excited to look at this, and I have so like you could tell your story, dude. I mean, you're talking about your dad swimming across the English Channel.
No, 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 no. In Atlantic Ocean, of course. It's like dark ocean. That's some
Was it?
spooky
Why was he doing that?
because he did a first attempt. Our friend actually did it first with a friend, and his friend was like, "We're gonna go to this ship. We're gonna swim to that ship."
Why?
Because he wanted to go to Europe because he didn't have no money and things, he didn't know how he was gonna do exactly. So he was like,
Fucking swimming from Africa?
like not like from Africa, but I mean,
From
yeah, to get to a container ship. So offshore,
uh-huh.
like few miles offshore, probably 3 or 4 miles, he swam from the beach over there at nighttime. That's a scary place. He felt the fishes nibbling on his skin a bit. He has his Bible sinking in the ocean. And he swam, he started at 8 p.m. and he got to the ship by 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. He climbed the anchor chain
Yeah.
and he got caught by a crew member there. They detained him. The captain came with an axe to, yeah, I mean, they could have killed him. Who gives a crap? He's an alien, right? I mean, it's like illegal. They throw him, they chop him off, they throw him in the ocean. Oh no.
Yeah.
Beniga shit to go back. Guys on the crew pity on my dad, and threw him a pneumatic tire afloat. Then he swam back another 5 hours back to the shore. Come on, that's pretty intense. Then afterwards, the second attempt, I mean, that time was with a friend. I mean, he was hiding in a life raft he was hiding in a raft. After 3 days, no more cookies. Then after from 3 to the 8th day, he only left on water, not even water. I mean, it was pretty hardcore. The Netherlands, in Holland. He couldn't in Rotterdam. He was like he couldn't even open his mouth, because it was anyway.
Dude.
Some yeah.
Dude, so that's your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so he starts this life this way. I mean, he gets over there. And I mean, that's an amazing part of your story. Because every time you mention your dad, by the way, it visibly and emotionally, like it's obvious you have so much respect for the man.
Yeah, and it motivates me so much. Even if he's none of this world, and one day, I have my daughter, so I don't want to die too soon, But
Mm-hmm.
but one day, like I'm gonna go as well. My
Mm-hmm.
time on earth will be up, and that's how it is. All of us, we're all gonna go. Huh? But like that since I was young, sorry, I just got sidetracked a bit here. But what I mean is like I get a lot of his motivation from him, and even feel
Mm-hmm.
if his spirit is not his body is not here anymore, I feel close to his spirit at times.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, and I mean, yeah, that's what it is, that's what it is. And yeah, then when I was young, he used to speak in my ears a bit, like he was gonna drive from France all the way to Cameroon when I was 8. So he already put me ideas in my head. So I was like, wow, So I guess what his experience, I took that really seriously, and just give me motivation.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's freaking cool. Ah, okay. You're just gonna have to do more of these. You will have to do more public speaking,
yeah. Well, that's what's
more
gonna
of this stuff
happen.
because it's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Your story, your whole life is very interesting and inspiring.
yeah.
It's not just. I mean, the ice thing is amazing,
Yeah, of course it is.
but
Yeah,
but
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 there's more.
your whole
Oh yeah.
span is really
Well, that's
cool.
what it is. Like, thanks. And I keep saying Edison because Edison was there from a part of my life. For how many years now? 5 years.
Oh
Five
yeah.
years. He was my agent when I ran across the states with other agents as well. But he was there, and he knows how much it is. And
Uh-huh.
I'm mentioning that because I've been practicing. Because I'm not born a public speaker, but all that mindset of doing world record, I'm putting to practice. Because when I'm going to give that speech, actually at Energy Disruptors, really thanks to the CEO founder Graham Edge, here in Canada in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to speak in front of people. I'm going to speak. I'm not going to say what I'm going to do because I don't want to spoil it. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I'm going to speak. And actually, that on those conference, I believe like the former Prime Minister of New Zealand and the former Prime Minister of Finland will be there. So for me, I don't praise them. I mean, I don't like, I don't kiss no one's, but only my God. But what I mean, it's for me, I'm really grateful to meet them if I meet them, but I have to be I have to be impeccable. I have to be the best in my speech. So for me, it's my own world record to give some kind of TED talk over there. So
Yep.
that's why I'm putting all the energy practice. I mean, last night, for the last 3 4 days, we've been going. Even for me right now, speaking to you right now, to the podcast, it's a practice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Good.
yeah,
Good. I'm glad. I'm
yeah.
glad. Because that and here a little thing that we found in the research when we were looking at this at a graduate university was when you look at people whose trajectories in life is like really far. So like think like Malcolm X, who's like super poor and then ends up being like somebody who changes like
That's one
a
of my
whole
main.
bunch of
That's one
people's
of my
life.
mentors as well. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
so that the common thing is about all those people, Viktor Frankl, people who start off and you're just like, how did you become who you are? Like, how did you do that? That's amazing. Like to have that kind of a life trajectory.
Yeah.
And what it is they are really good at saying to themselves, this is who I was. This is who I am now. This is who I'm becoming.
Yeah.
And
Second
so when
path.
I'm listening to you, I'm listening to you talk about your experience in the ice and talk about your dad, talk about your life. You're it's like I'm hearing that it's a common theme with you where you're like, okay, well, that's where I'm from. Here's what I'm doing now, and this is where I'm going. I have this worthy cause. I'm always moving towards that, and I'm going to be impacting the world in a bigger and bigger, better way. And so that right there, man, is a freaking powerful thing. And I hear you doing it
Thank you.
in how you talk. So
Thank you.
I just wanted to underline that one.
Thank you. Thank you. And as well, George, we are in Illinois,
Yeah.
right? The
Yes.
land of Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
Abraham Lincoln was a big
Yes.
moment. You know why?
Yeah.
Because he met failure after freaking failure. Like his loved one, I believe she died. Like, what's her name? What's the name? Anyway, it's one of his his loved one by 26. She died. He met hardship. I mean, I don't know a lot of
Dude,
history here.
from meager
Yeah,
beginnings
yeah, yeah.
to incredibly powerful.
So he tried like even politics, so House of Congress, or whatever it is, because I don't know exactly, but he just hit hardship, bottom, bang, and boom. Then he became the president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Of course, unfortunately, he got assassinated, but doesn't matter. I mean, of course, it does matter. But
Yeah.
what I respected that, he was like, he was, he was there and he kept on going. He had a really hard life. No,
The
no,
super
failure.
challenging time.
Of course, and come on, and for me, it's a great mentor. I'm sure where he is right now in the spirit world I think he's in a good place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, all right, man. All right. We gotta end. I would keep you talking
yeah,
forever,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
know you
yeah.
gotta get going.
Yeah, maybe like I just can you do you mind if you take a picture like kind of like where this in the studio? Oh, sorry. Try that noise if you want. Yeah, you have to come from the the yeah. Oh no, yeah. The breathing, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Awesome.